Fight fans, second fight of the night. This fight scheduled 3 rounds to be a catchweight fight at 150 pounds. Introducing first to my right, this man fighting out of the blue corner. Standing 5 foot 11 inches tall, his official weight 151 pounds. Representing Extreme Couture in Toronto, Ontario. And tonight, making his pro MMA debut, please welcome Bilal Nasari. His opponent across the cage, this man fighting out of the red corner. Standing 6 foot even, his official weight 150.4 pounds. His record, 5 wins, 5 losses. Representing Surge MMA in Ottawa, Ontario, please welcome Patrick Connors. When the cage door closes, your referee in charge of the action is Patrick Gullo.
3 5-minute rounds, catchweight contest. John Ramdeen, Mike Malott, Aaron Bronstetter having a great time calling all the action. Connors in the red corner, Nasari in the blue. And one thing you have to note, because Pat Connors has so much experience, Nasari doesn't have any experience. Does Connors go right after him?
Yeah, I mean, that's a big experience difference. 10 fights versus none versus your debut. I mean, it's not like
it's
Connors
insane.
is, yeah, and Connors is one half of them, right? It's not like he's a slouch.
Yep.
He's beaten half the guys he's gotten in front of. That's a lot of experience coming to the cage. I remember training with Pat Connors probably 8 years ago at Parabellum. He's been in this game for quite a long time, so he brings a lot of experience into the cage tonight.
This is his 4th time fighting this year.
Oh.
Crazy. Nasari looking for the takedown. Connors with his back up against the cage, trying to stay upright.
Nasari has MMA legend Adrian Woolley in the corner instructing him on the wrestling. Can't ask for a much better wrestling coach than that.
And wrestling's his bread and butter. He's been wrestling since he was 10 or 11 years old.
And there we see it.
Nice body lock takedown there.
And one of the things we know about Pat Connors is he likes to attack from his guard. He's not just going to lay flat. And you see him trying to land elbows, feet on the hips, trying to make something happen right away.
Yeah, he's got a good high guard. He's throwing elbows. Like I said, he's staying active. And he's right back to his feet.
Connors trying to stress out his opponent, but Bilal just coming right after him. Lots of different looks. Very mobile. Trying to target that liver. Wild strikes by Nasari.
Nasari's definitely winning the first part of the fight here, but if I'm looking at body language, Pat, like you can tell from the experience, looks
pretty calm.
Far more calm. Yeah, calm. He looks very collected in there. You know, he's good. Oh.
Because the reality is it's 15 minutes.
Yeah.
And yeah, you can be aggressive in the first 2, 3, 5 minutes, but can you maintain that in the second and third round?
Yeah.
And you can tell that the adrenaline is coursing through Bilal Nasari's veins in his pro MMA debut.
Looks good so far, though.
Yes, he certainly does.
Looks calm up here, taking his time, not rushing it.
Just taking a breather at this point.
Yeah, smart move. Came out pretty hot, had some success. He's like, you know what? Let me just pump the brakes a little bit, save some for the later rounds if it goes there.
Surprised the ref hasn't warned them to be more active. It doesn't stand them up.
Oh, nice shot.
Nice ground strikes.
Worked out for Bilal.
Yes.
Yeah. You got to wonder if part of Pat's starting a little bit slow has anything to do with that 22-pound weight cut you mentioned, right? Is he really worried about, you know, he took the fight on short notice. How's his cardio? Is he worried about how his cardio is going to be affected by a big cut? You know, maybe he's like, I'll kind of take the first round off a little bit, let this young kid tire himself out, and then I'll try and win the second and third or stop him later.
And there are several variables. He's facing somebody who's taller than him, which is very rare, and somebody where you can't find any tape on him, and there's no tape available on Bilal Nasari. So maybe he's using this round to get his reads, find the timing, and figure it out.
Sure. But you see Nasari now backing away. That's one of the things Connors has to do. He's got to stress him out, put the pressure on, have him backpedal the entire time.
Man, you guys weren't lying. There's some lanky 150 guys. These guys are huge.
Connors continues to move forward.
Feints from Nasari. Just feeling him out on the outside, trying to create some openings here, trying to draw out reactions. Oh, nice kick.
Connors changing. Wow, it's changing stances as he eats a big shot.
I'm impressed with Bilal's striking. He doesn't have a whole lot of striking experience, and it looks pretty good for his first pro fight.
Yeah, I think he's probably winning the striking battle for the most part here. He's landing a lot of nice low kicks. He's got a lot of good movement on the outside.
And there's a cut now around the left eye of Connors.
Oh, yeah. Kick blocked.
Sorry, very athletic.
I am seeing the bounce slow down maybe a little bit in the legs of Nasari.
Yep.
It's a little bit flatter than he did at the start of the round. You know,
And maybe a little wobbly.
Yeah. So maybe he's just settling in. Maybe he's, you know, realize he's comfortable. He doesn't need to move as much. But maybe there is a little bit of that adrenaline dump. Those legs are feeling pretty heavy.
Round comes to an end, and a round controlled by Bilal Nasari. And you would imagine his corner thrilled with the way that first 5 minutes transpired.
Yeah.
And if there was a feeling out process for Connors, that process is over.
Yeah.
It's now time to
go
implement
time.
your game plan. Let's go.
As we look back at round one, what did you like, Mike?
I liked the intensity off the bat by Nasari. He came out hot and tried to take it to the man who took the fight on short notice, maybe trying to get him out of there early. But the veteran Pat Connors, he's not going anywhere yet. You know, he's 10 fights deep in his career. He's ready to go for 15.
And Pat's somebody who got into the sport from watching that first season of The Ultimate Fighter, like so many other mixed martial artists.
Yeah, that was a great season. Go back and watch that now. It's absolutely wild to see how much the sport's developed. It's back in those days, it's like this guy is a amateur boxer and he's done jiu-jitsu before. It's like, what? It's crazy. It's so cool to see this sport develop.
And you have to remember, that really wasn't that long ago.
They're coming to check on the cut right now.
What was that, 2005, was it? 2000? Must have been 2000.
Something like that.
Yeah, it wasn't that long ago. 16 years, maybe? I remember being in the 9th grade and having to explain to almost all my friends what mixed martial arts was.
I like the jacket that this doctor's wearing.
Yeah,
He's got a nice
styling.
velvet green jacket on.
This guy win the Masters or what?
Yeah, exactly.
All right, action about to resume here. This catchweight bout.
I believe that jacket belongs to Mr. Gilmore.
Connor mobile. Sorry, just trying to hunt him down. Follow him. Attacking the inside thigh. Trying to put together a combination.
Nice combos again.
Looks like Nasari has recovered in between rounds.
Nasari's got him pressed up here against the cage. This is where he got a takedown last time with the body lock takedowns. Pat's able to dig an underhook and turn to the underhook side though, so briefly had a body lock of his own.
And I'm surprised that he would even engage at all in that department. I would have figured as soon as he would have had space, separate.
He's getting his butt out to the side here. He might be able to scoot out. There you go, break off.
Ooh, a left hand hits the chin of Pat Connors.
Pat Connors switching stances a bunch. Dipping his head out of the way to evade.
He's trying to walk forward, and every time he does, he's met by with resistance from him.
Yeah, Bilal's doing a good job of controlling his lead hand, especially in the open stance when they're standing southpaw and orthodox. Bilal's dominating the top hand, or the lead hand rather, and it's making it difficult for Pat to really get much offense going. Well, there's a nice... Pat's got him turned here. It's the first time we've seen Pat have Bilal against the cage.
And you would imagine attacking the body would pay off if you're Connors. And there you see him smashing the rib section, and then goes upstairs.
Oh, nice combination from Bilal.
Connor's trying his best to roll with those punches.
Yeah, he's not deterred at all. Eats 3 big shots, you know, not all of them. Oh, nice head kick.
It's probably the best strike that Pat has landed all fight.
Yeah. Oh, nice elbow there. Nice level change. That should be a clean takedown, yeah. Lands right inside control. Starts climbing up the body, looking for upper body control here.
Connor's now flat on his back momentarily. You can't imagine that he will stay in this position. You see his hips. He's trying to think of what to do. What are his options?
He's looking for that underhook. Maybe Nasari looking for a Darce choke here, is he? No.
Connor's trying to get back to his feet. Nasari trying to control the head. Big swiping shots by Bilal Nasari.
Those were big shots. Pat did a good job of taking him off the arms. They weren't perfectly blocked, but he wasn't, I don't think he really took much to the head there. Oh, he did there, though.
A massive right hand, and Connor's trying to get some more strikes to come his way.
Oh, nice evasion.
And look at, Connor's now looking for the takedown. Will he be able to get it? Looking for the trip, trying to tie up the legs of Nasari.
Maybe this is Pat Connors waking up here. Maybe he's like, all right, you know what? We're 7 minutes deep. I've been here a bunch of times. Now you're in my world.
It seems like as soon as Pat starts getting some momentum, Bilal is able to shift that momentum back his way.
Connor's just got to make sure he gets the respect he deserves. And the only way you can do that, I guess, is by inflicting damage. You have to go. Get yourself into the fire. But if you go after it too hard, I guess, you can find yourself looking up at the lights.
Yeah, one thing I mentioned a minute ago, Pat had him against the cage for the first time in the fight. This is the second time. I wonder, you know, you don't know if this is Bilal conserving energy and taking his time knowing he's probably winning the round, or is this Pat, you know, starting to get to him with his experience and pace.
And 45 seconds left. This round is up for grabs.
Yeah, this hasn't been a dominant round in either direction, especially with how that last fight was called. You never know which way they're going to go with it.
Connors has got to do something if he wants to win this round in the eyes of the judges. Maybe he has, but you've got to do something emphatic.
And pressure forward definitely looks good. The way he's finishing this round definitely looks good. The last minute, I'd say he's won the last minute so far.
But he can't do that. He can't put his hands down and just eat those shots.
No, that's not the call.
Because perception, optics is everything. A very interesting, close round. But is it that close?
I don't think that's one you can lean on in either direction, you know? If I had to give it to somebody, I'd say Bilal probably won that round, but you never know. So both guys have to go out there and fight like they're down a round, or like it's an even fight and they need the third to win, right?
And Aaron, when you look back at the action that happened, and we're looking at some of the scoring criteria, in your eyes, who won that round? I know unofficial scorecard.
Bilal just collapsed, sat down. I wonder if that's him gassed out. His legs are giving out here. Look at him. Oh, never mind. He's ducking there. But he sat down and fell to his butt there a second ago. I don't know if that's fatigue or if he was just looking to take a seat. Yeah. Maybe he thought the stool was behind him or something, but that's not a great look going into the third.
If you look at that barrage that he threw, it looked like Connors was rolling with those. So it depends what the judges are looking at here, because they're going to try to decide who landed the more damaging strikes. And I think there were a fair amount landed on both sides. You know, from here, looking at the monitor, Bilal looked like he won that round, but I think that one can go either way.
And you mentioned it before, Connors landing that kick to the head. The most impactful strike for Connors was in that second round. Yeah. He had his best opportunities, his best moments, his best strikes landed in round two. He just has to try to capitalize on that. And I'll tell you, going into the third here, he looks the best that he has in any round.
He's pressing forward like he did in the end of the second round there. And I think if he's going to win this fight, he has to. He has to keep moving forward. When Bilal's moving forward, he's able to bully him a little bit. It's a great start so far to the round for Pat.
And he may have picked up on the legs. He's targeting the legs early on here.
And if the goal is advanced basics, you can't allow this to happen. This is the issue.
Yeah. You know, all Bilal has to do is ride out on top.
That's right.
He should win this fight.
Close guard being employed by Connors. Again, I think it's a matter of time. He opens his guard, looking for the elbows, feet on the hips. Will he try to get close to the cage? Devastating elbows off of his back.
But this is what the judges are looking for in these positions.
Yep.
Is Connors is landing the damage here. Even though Bilal has the control, if you're scoring this round, you're scoring it for Connors when he's landing those elbows.
You hope the judges are.
Well, based on the criteria,
Yes.
I imagine that that's what they're looking at. Is they're looking at the damage that's being done in those situations.
Oh, nice.
Sorry now, chest to chest. Asserting pressure, and it's Connors looking for the takedown. Absolutely massive.
This is a massive moment, like you just said. This is the first takedown he's gotten of the fight. Again, the tide seems to be shifting a little bit here. This is the vet in him coming out.
And you know, this is impressive. A 22-pound cut in 2 days, and he's still got tons of energy in the third round.
Exactly.
Gotta be careful with those feet on the hips getting pushed off. Bilal looking for an ankle lock here, looking for single leg X.
And you would think that Connors is going to fight tooth and nail to keep this position. That knee on belly spot right to the mount. The most dominant position in all of mixed martial arts. Can he make it count?
And Pat does a smart thing in turning his opponent's head toward the cage. We saw in the last fight, Amin and Christian. Christian did a great job of bridging off of the cage in order to end up back on top. If that's something that Pat's got to be aware of and circle his opponent's head back toward the cage and feet away from the cage.
Connors doesn't want to get too high up there.
Big elbow for Connors.
Oh, and a massive, massive elbow. Connors really dominating from this position. And if he continues this, really this could be considered a 10-8.
Yeah, this is dominant. I mean, it's 2 minutes left in the round. Even though he was on bottom for a bit, this is very clear who's winning this fight.
And he attacked from the bottom.
Yeah.
Just a brutal position. Pat Connors going to town, racking up the points here.
And you can hear his coach yelling, he's going to gas, he's going to gas. I mean, you're taking those kind of big shots in your first preliminary fight.
Yeah.
Very possible.
Yeah, I mean, if Pat keeps this up, I don't see this going the whole minute 48.
I can't imagine it would, but Nasari clearly tough, trying to push off the cage.
And he uses it.
And look at this. That's what it's all about. That's how you showcase your abilities and your mental fortitude. Even when you're in a bad spot, you never give up. And that's what we're seeing from Nasari.
Way to dig deep there.
Doesn't hurt to have that 21-year-old cardio.
Yeah.
Connors cannot play these games.
Yeah, he's got to get those hands up. He's got to return it. I mean, even if you think you're getting in the guy's head, you're not winning a fight by eating shots.
That's right.
But he's feeling himself here. Sometimes you need that for your confidence.
Sure.
Yeah.
But again, it's optics. So you can still be that way, but be defensive.
It's been a very even fight, I think. You know,
Yes.
You had Bilal, I think, pretty clearly win the first round. The second is up for grabs.
Yeah.
I think Pat's definitely winning the third here, but
I agree.
Both these guys are still in the fight.
Just based on damage, forward control.
You got to be careful with both those guys having those hips back like that. Somebody's getting launched if someone commits.
Connors moving forward.
Oh, there it is.
Nasari looking for the takedown, trying to wrap his head.
And Pat finishes on top. Nice.
Massive, again, for Connors.
If he can land some big elbows here, that's how he can trend towards a 10-8 round, and that's what he needs right now.
10 seconds remaining.
Oh, he's looking for the Von Flue choke. Bilal hung on to the head too long, and side control here. This is... Oh, no.
Oh, and the round comes to an end. And I will tell you, I would not want to be a judge. You see the smile on the face of the corner of Nasari.
Yeah, that was a very even fight. I'm not confident in which direction it went. I think if gun to my head, I think Nasari probably won the first 2 rounds and Pat probably won the third, but can't be mad if it goes in either direction here.
Comes down to two things. How the second round was scored, and whether the third round was considered to be a 10-8.
Yeah.
Because if you're looking for dominance, duration, and damage in that third round, you need two of the three Ds. I think the damage was there. I think the dominance was there. It's the duration that's missing, but if the judges feel like there was enough dominance and enough damage in that round, that could be a 10-8. And the definition of dominance, as it was told to me by Judge Sal D'Amato, is trying to finish the fight. That's what they're looking for dominance, and that was definitely there on the Connors side.
Exactly. You saw the elbows when Connors was in this mount position, and it looked like this fight could have ended at any time, Mike.
Yeah, those maybe 45 seconds to a minute where he was in mount, that was definitely the most dominant part of the whole fight. I think it's definitely a 10-9 for Connors in the third there. Yeah, I think it's pretty clear each guy has a round. The first going to Bilal, third going to Pat. I think it all comes down to that second.
Both these guys should be proud of this performance. I mean, this is his pro debut for Bilal Nasari. Connors takes this fight on short notice, showed a ton of heart after a hellacious weight cut. And now we're going to find out who got the better of their opponent when we go to the judges.
Yeah.
Can we just rule it a draw? Can we just put a stamp on it and
it
say
might
that?
Be, though.
I wouldn't be mad about it being a draw at
You know
all.
what I mean? I know that's not what the fighters want, but when things are so close and there's intangibles and, you know, you're seeing certain things, it's like you never want to rob somebody from a victory. But, all right, we'll find out who will emerge victorious as we send it up to Don Andrews.
Fight fans, after 3 rounds, we go to the judges' scorecard for a decision. Judge Declan Wood scores it 29-28. Judge Kyle Costello scores the fight 29-28. And Judge Patricia Vandermeer scores the fight 28-28 for your winner by majority decision.
Yeah.
In the blue corner, Bilal Nasari.
Nasari gets it done. And you see his team thrilled with his performance and the outcome.